video. So today we're going to be doing the TBR jar picks my March TBR. Now we are going into spring and March has come around so fast, but I'm so excited for more spring reads. I've been more romancy, in the mood for more romance recently. I think just with the weather looking a bit nicer, less fancy reads are taking my fancy and more easy breezy reads are just what I want. But we'll see what I'm in the mood for when we pick the prompts. So we're going to pick 6 prompts today and yeah, simply just pick the books off of my bookshelves. I mean, I've got quite a range. I've been sent some recently, some new releases and just some books that I've bought recently. We've just got a wide selection to pick from, so let's just dive straight in and pick our prompts for today's video. So prompt number 1. Oh, one's fell out in my lap, so we'll go with that one. The 10th book on your shelf. I had this last time and it was so confusing because I have to skip books in a series so I don't end up picking one that is like in the middle of a series. So let's just count and obviously skip the ones that I've read too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one. This one. The 10th book on my shelf was the Book of Azrael, which actually has been on my list, and I was kindly sent this by Amber Nicole, who is the author of the Book of Azrael. I've heard amazing things about this series in general. I've heard about it on TikTok. I've also heard, I think it was Bestie Emmy, she mentioned it, so I am excited to read this one. I mean, it is a chunky fantasy, and I did just say I was in the mood for romances, but I think this might be a romancy, but I think it's a dark one, which I haven't read. I've never read a dark romance, I've never read a dark romancy, so we're gonna see. We're gonna try and branch out. Let's pick our second prompt. A book with a person on the cover. Now that could literally be anything, literally anything. What have we got? I'm just having a quick browse of my bookshelves. Trying to remember what I've got on my 25 for 2025 TBR as well. None of the ones that are kind of on my radar in my mind have them. I mean, that one does, but that's another fantasy. I might go with this one because this has a person on the cover, if you can see, and I've heard good things about it and it's kind of been calling my name. I recently got sent this as part of a book swap, so I think I'm going to go with this one because like other ones, I had Picking Daisies on Sundays kind of in my mind, Hopeless by Elsie Silver, but none of them have people on the cover. So yeah, I think I'll go with this one because I literally can't think of any other ones. So The Lonely Hearts Book Club by Lucy Gilmore is our next pick. Let's pick out our third prompt. A book you bought recently. There's a few that I bought recently, so possible contenders are The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, which I don't know if I necessarily want to put on my TBR because I feel like I'm not gonna binge it. It might just be more of a casual read because this is a non-fiction, but that is one that I bought recently. The ones that I've bought recently include Kingdom of the Wicked, no, not Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Curse, which is the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series, so that is a recent purchase. I've bought The Crimson Moth, which is also a fantasy. It's the first one in a fantasy. I don't know if it's going to be a duology or a trilogy or whatever, but the first one in that. I think maybe from these, because I also bought Deep End recently, but I have read that one already. I think out of these I might pick Kingdom of the Cursed, if I'm honest, because I kind of want to see, I don't really want to start another series just yet until I've read or finished another one, so I might go with this one. Other options, actually, I bought Nightbane quite recently. I forgot about that. So I don't know whether to pick that one. I don't know which series I'm more in the mood for. I might go with Kingdom of the Curse because although this is a fantasy, it's a little bit more of like a mystery and it's set in the real world rather than like a fantasy world. So I might go with this one. At least the first one was set in a real world. Something that happened at the end that means this one might not be, but yeah, I'm going to go with this one, I think. Kingdom of the Curse. Let's pick our fourth prompt. A sports romance. Oh, a sports romance. What have I got that's a sporty romance? I'm gonna have to look at this shelf over here. I have like a book cart. I've got one. It's in here. Hard to remember what books I have because I literally keep them all over my room. But we have The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford, which is the second book in the Windy City series. And I've been really wanting to continue this series, especially since Caught Up and Play Along have been raved about so much. So I'm going to put this one on the TBR. I do have a bit of a range that I could have picked from, but that one was kind of in my mind. Let's pick our fifth prompt. A book with a number in the title. God. Oh, I know. I know which one. I feel like I've picked some chunky books this month, but the book that I'm going to go with is Saving Six, which is the third book in the Boys of Tommen series. So I have been wanting to continue the series because I read Binding 13 and Keeping 13 towards the end of last year, so I wanted to pick this one up, so we'll go with this one. And let's pick our sixth and final prompt. An author you love. Okay, this is a prompt we can do, and this is a prompt that I know which book I'm going to pick, and that book is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. At least we've got, I was going to say, a bit of romance. I mean, there are some romances in here, but some of them seem a bit sadder. Whereas this one's fun, easy breezy cowboy romance, perfect for going into spring. So this is also on my 2025 TBR and on my upcoming spring TBR, which I will be doing a video about. But this is our last book that we're going to pick for the month of March. Let's do a run through of all the books that we pick. So the books that we have are The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole, The Lonely Hearts Book Club by Lucy Gilmore, Kingdom of the Curse by Kerry Maniscalco, The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford, Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, and Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I feel positive that we have literally 4 books that can help me continue series that I've started. So you need to finish off some series that I've started because it's getting a little bit out of hand. At least we can make some progress with that. Let me know whether you've got any of those books on your TBR this month, or whether you've read them, what you thought about them. I'm intrigued to know because I haven't heard too much about the Kingdom of the Wicked series. I have heard about Throne of the Fallen, but not too much about the original series. But let me know your thoughts on all of those. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in another one super soon.